associated with stock market learning and all these things. But when there was a lockdown in 2020, I eventually got a contact of her sir and started learning from him about the stock market. So in from last 2 years, 3 years, I am associated with the stock market and learning and implementing whatever I learned from Harish sir and team. So today I'm going to talk about mainly on an annual report, and I will try to make it more interactive so that we all take part into it and we all learn from each others. Uh, so I'm sharing my screen. Uh, Vikram sir, I'm not able to share my screen. Host is disabled screen sharing. Can you please check? Hello.
Yeah, I've done it. I've done it.
Okay. Thank you. Let me know once my screen is visible to you,
Yeah,
everyone.
it's visible. It's visible.
Okay. So today mainly we are going to talk about the annual reports. Before directly jumping into annual reports, I want to understand where I want to understand when someone should read a annual report. Uh, as per my understanding, what I think is there are mainly two
Yeah, it's visible. It's
perspectives. Okay. So today mainly we are going to talk. So there are mainly two perspectives. One is long-term investment, and second term is short-term investment. So can you please mute everyone because there is a disturbance.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Just a second.
Okay. Uh, so mainly there are two type of investment. Any particular investor will do. One is a short-term and second one is a long-term. Short-term will be for short span of time. It depends. This timeline depends on the investor basis. And what we generally do, we will go on a screener, understand different ratios, read little bit about the company. If we like it, if the performance is good in last 3 4 years 5 years, we will invest in this particular stock. And then there is a long term perspective when we see that this company is doing well and we want to invest in this particular company for longer period of time. When I'm saying longer period of time, it may be 3 years 5 years 10 years down the line, and we want to understand detail about the company, detail about that particular sector. We want to understand how, what are the different parameters associated with this company in terms of growth and decline. Okay, then someone should get into detail and read the annual report. uh, there are many cases in market where you are holding a one particular stock, and this stock was performing very well for last 1 years 2 years, and then suddenly you have seen that this stock is going down. From last 6 months you have observed कि okay एक stock है जो particularly down जा रहा है. Now you are confused that okay, when I invested after after investment in 6 month 8 month 1 year timeline, this stock has given me excellent return, but suddenly ऐसा क्या हो गया कि stock नीचे जा रहा है, but you still want to hold that stock for a longer period of time. That time you can get into the annual reports and understand more about the company. It will actually give you a perspective that okay, you should keep holding the stock or you should sell it and book the profit. Um, so first question is, what is an annual report? It is similar to the report card which we used to get in a school after completion of one standard. Okay, so it will give you a overall result of the company कि कंपनी एक साल पहले क्या परफॉर्म कर रही थी, एक साल बाद क्या परफॉर्म कर रही है, कितना पैसा कमाया कंपनी ने लास्ट ईयर, इस साल कितना कमा रही है, एंड व्हाट आर द डिफरेंट रेशियोज विच आर चेंजिंग. where it is standing in terms of the profit growth, where it is standing in terms of customer penetration, where it is standing in terms of product portfolio. So major contents of the annual report is details about the company. I will take you actually to the one particular annual report and cover all these things which are listed in this particular slides. So what are the generally contents of annual report which are very important to read? There are many aspects and contents are given in the annual report. 200-250 पेज का annual report होता है. But if you see whatever is listed on this particular slide, if you read this, it will be enough for you to understand about the company and their performance. So first you understand about details of the company. What is the company, what they are doing, what are their products. Second, understand their product portfolio, and at product level, what is the market share. Third is their plant details, so where they are situated, where is their. Fourth is global presence in terms of distribution network. So there are many companies which are situated in India, but they are exporting almost 50 to 70% of their product outside. Then in each and every annual report, you will get MD or chairman's message, where they will talk about how was that one particular year for them, what were the challenges they faced, and what they did to overcome all these challenges and deliver the excellent results. Key highlights of the last year performance. Next point is management analysis. So in management analysis, company will talk about industry, overall industry. So any one particular industry, they will talk about how this industry is growing at global level, at India level. What is the percentage of CAGR they are expecting from this industry, and what are the countries or regions will contribute much to this particular industry. So when I will take you through the reports, I will talk about each and everything. Next three points are balance sheet, P&L statement, and cash flow. Now today we are mainly going to talk about Divis Lab. Now why I selected this company Divis Lab? Uh, so there are 2 points which I focused while selecting this company. So first things is all our audience are majorly from doctor background and pharma background. So if I select the company which is similar to your background, it will help us to understand things better as compared to randomly taking any company. And second thing, which I explained you at the starting, you are holding one company and which is going down, and you are confused that okay, should I hold this company for a longer period of time or sell it? So if you go to Divis Lab, I will just take you to the Divis Lab performance. Let me know if you can see my screen. Is it visible to you, this chart?
Yeah, chart is visible. Dhanraj bhai, there is a lot of noise in background, traffic noise. Is it from your side? Can you just check?
Yes, so actually I stayed next to the road directly, so that's why there is noise.
Yeah, now much better.
Okay. Uh, so is okay. So now see this company where if you see this company, this was performing well, then it went down, then again good performance, and now from November 22, this company is continuously down, if you can see. Okay, and from around 5,300 rupees to 4,000, and now it is approximately 3,360. So why this is happening, and should we keep holding this stock, we will discuss in this annual report. Now when you want to download an annual report, there are 2-3 ways. First is you can directly go to the screener, type company's name, you will get this page. go down at the end, and if you can see here, it is an annual report. You can directly download it from here. Otherwise, you can go to company's website, go to investor relationship, reports and filing, and you will be able to see this annual report. Okay, so today we are going to talk about the annual report. I have already downloaded the report. So now I will take you each and every point which we have discussed. So if we go down a little bit, this is the content of the annual report which we discussed. So MD's perspective about introduction of the company, performances number, global footprint, financial highlights. There are some other reports, corporate governance board reports, audit report, then balance sheet, profit and loss, cash flow. Now, before getting into the company details, let us understand what this company is doing. Okay. So history of the company is given on the 6th page. So before jumping into MD's message, I am taking you to the 6th page where we will understand what this company is actually doing. Uh, so in this slide, if you can see, Divis Laboratory is engaged in the manufacturing of active pharmaceutical ingredients, intermediates, and nutraceuticals ingredients with the predominance in the exports. Now let us try to understand terminologies. So active pharmaceutical ingredients. So you all are from pharma background, a doctor background, so you understand to manufacture any medicines, there are two processes. One is a API and second is a formulation. When you talk about API, is mainly a process where you are talking about the raw materials, processing the raw materials, and then these raw materials will be given to the formulation company, and this formulation company will add some more additives into it, some sugar components into it, and give it a proper shape and give it in terms of medicine. Okay, so I'm just taking example of one tablet. अगर आपको एक tablet बनाना है तो you will have some formula that okay, this is the formula, this is the composition which is required. Raw material purchase करेगा API company. API company will do some processes in their plants, give you a powder. This powder will be sold to a one formulation company. Formulation company इसमें थोड़ा बहुत additives डालेगी and give it a final shape, and this product is sold into the market. Now for each and every medicine preparation there is API which is required. So this Divis Lab is mainly into active pharmaceutical productions ingredients. Company is one of the top 3 API manufacturers in the globe, as well as one of the top API firms in Hyderabad. Company operates predominantly in export markets. You can see the number, it is 100 countries with a broad product portfolio under generic and custom synthesis. Company derives approximately 60% of the total revenue from their top 5 products. So if you can see here, in 2021, top 5 products were contributing 49%. Now it is 60%. Top 5 customers, 34%. Now it is 54%. If you see, their export is more or less similar, which is 88, and here it is 90. Now, when I was talking about this particular page, there are two terms which we missed. One is the generic and second one is custom synthesis. So now generic, you know all about the generic medicine. So there is a one patent, one particular company is filing a patent, they got the patent, they will use this patent to manufacture the medicine for 15-20 years on the basis of timeline. 15-20 साल के बाद ये patent expire हो जाता है, and this patent is given for a mass manufacturing. Okay. Now when this is given for a mass manufacturing, so the demand of this particular generic drug will increase in the market, because this generic drug is sold at a very cheaper rate as compared to the patent one. So when your generic drug demand is going up in the market, eventually the API required in the market will go up. So means if the patent is expiring and this is coming to the generic drug, there is a possibility that API ka requirement will go up and this company will get benefit out of it. So whatever API companies are there will get a benefit out of it. Second is custom synthesis. Now custom synthesis, I will tell you just in a simple definition, कि you are customizing the product as per customer demand. So now you want to buy a blazer. You are going to the shop, buying the blazer directly. It's not fitting you properly. Now you are going to a tailor, telling him, giving him a material. उसको बोल रहे हो आप कि मेरे लिए मेरे प्रॉपर डिजाइन का ब्लेजर बना के दीजिए. There is a possibility that the ready-made which you are getting from market will cost you maybe 3,000, 4,000 rupees. But the one which is tailored one, and if it is of good quality, it will cost you more than that. So custom synthesis is mainly a customized product for a company, different companies. So many companies, this Divis Lab is master in custom synthesis. So what they do is uh, they take a requirement from different companies कि okay, आपको क्या चाहिए हम बना के दे देंगे, आपको क्या चाहिए हम बना के दे देंगे, and they are best in the customizations. So when there is a customization, they are selling it at a higher rate as compared to the market. Okay. So same things are given here, mainly active pharmaceutical ingredients, intermediates, and this one manufacturing and supplying of high quality generics and custom synthesis of API intermediates. As we explained, custom synthesis, it's the world's largest API companies present in 100 countries with 16,500 employees and 160 products. So this is a basic about the companies. Now let us talk about little bit overview about the company. Their total income in 2000 March 2022 was 899,108 lakhs. Their profit after tax was 294. Employees we discussed. If you see this one, manufacturing capital, they are saying 93,456 lakh rupees they invested in one particular capital. And right now they have two manufacturing plants. So this company Divis Lab is setting up a new plant in Kakinada, where they are putting this money to manufacture one more plant, which is I think in Telangana only. Telangana, I think it is Andhra Pradesh, Kakinada. Company has a 42 process patents, 400 R&D teams. This one is not important, so CSR I will skip. So this is basic understanding about the company कि ये company करती क्या है. If we go little bit more into now managing director's speech, he is saying that in 2021 there was an attack of pandemic, and because of pandemic what has happened is suddenly everything shut down. Also there was an escalation issue in geopolitical issues. Because of pandemic there was a trade issue. So what actually happened while when the pandemic is that all trades were stopped because containers are not moving from one country to another. Now you see this company is majorly export oriented company and you want to sell the product, but आपके पोर्ट से कंटेनर ही नहीं निकल रहा है दूसरे कंट्री को जाने के लिए, because everything is stopped. So there was a trade issues which they faced, volatility in commodity costs. So raw material cost was going up because the sourcing of the material, raw material, stopped suddenly. If you study a little bit more about APIs, China is the largest manufacturer of APIs and it is supplying to the whole world. When COVID came in, China stopped their doors for all others. You are not able to transfer your containers. सो फर्स्ट थिंग इज कि चाइना से रॉ मटेरियल ही नहीं आ रहा है। सेकेंड, आपके पास जो मटेरियल रेडी है वो भी आपका जा नहीं रहा है बाहर, तो यू आर स्टक। Now what they did is ensure the continuous supply of medicine to help the patients. Focus is remained on the health and safety of our people, ensuring the uninterrupted supply of our products. So what they are trying to do is they are trying to build a channel in such a way so that they are not facing any issue of the raw material in future. And second is they should not face any trade issue in the future. Okay. Our core commitment for the past 2 years is capacity expansion and backward integration. So as I told you in previous page that they are planning to expand their capacity, they are planning to set up a new plant in Kakinada. So there is a demand in the market, so that's why they are doing their capacity expansion. Second word which they have mentioned is backward integration. Uh, does anyone know what is the backward integration? Can anyone help me to understand? Hello, hello.
Yeah, Dhanraj, we can hear you.
Okay, so I will explain you what is the backward integration. So if you see here, there is a raw material supplier, then it is given to manufacturer, and then it is the end product. So in this case API, this is the process. रॉ मटेरियल आता है चाइना से, डिविस लैब उसको प्रोसेस करता है, एंड उसके बाद फॉर्मुलेशन कंपनी को दे दिया जाता है। अभी जैसे कोविड में क्या हुआ कि रॉ मटेरियल सप्लाई ही बंद हो गया चाइना से, तो अगर सप्लाई बंद हो गया तो ये क्या बनाएगा, ये नहीं बनाएगा तो फॉर्मुलेशन को क्या मिलेगा। तो नाउ व्हाट दिस कंपनी इज डूइंग इज दिस कंपनी इज डूइंग अ बैकवर्ड इंटीग्रेशन where what they are trying ki they will produce their own raw materials. Okay, so if you see here, manufacturers are supplier of its own raw material and they will supply it to end customer. So now the dependency which was there on China is going down. Okay, so अगर आपका रॉ मटेरियल आप खुद ही बनाओगे तो आपका डिपेंडेंसी कम हो रहा है, फर्स्ट थिंग। सेकेंड थिंग, आपका रॉ मटेरियल का जो कॉस्ट चाइना को जाता था वो भी कम हो जा रहा है। सो दैट्स हाउ यू आर डी रिस्किंग योर सेल्फ फ्रॉम material dependence on other countries or other suppliers. So this is mainly a backward integration which they are trying to do. They are also planning for a pipeline of new products and new capacities for emerging custom synthesis projects. Now, when I told you about the custom synthesis, how this company was benefited from custom synthesis in COVID period, I will tell you. So, when you want to manufacture the new tablet or medicines, आपके पास कोई पर्टिकुलर फॉर्मूला होता नहीं है, तो आप क्या करते हो, ट्रायल एंड एरर करते हो। तो हर कंपनी इनके पास आती थी, बोलती थी कि भाई ये फॉर्मूला है, हम आपको देते हैं, आप इसका आप इसका एपीआई बनाइए, हम आपको पैसा चाहिए वो देंगे, आप उसका एपीआई दीजिए, हम फॉर्मुलेशन करेंगे, दवा बनाएंगे, देखते चलेगा नहीं चलेगा। So there are so many companies came to this company and told them to do this custom synthesis for us and we will pay you. So this was the maximum benefit they took it from custom synthesis in last year. If you see their plant locations, all are in two. So it is Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. Okay. If you see AP and Telangana. So their all plants are nearby locations and majorly dependent on that Telangana and Andhra Pradesh build. Now, can you help me to understand, if anyone can answer, कि अगर आपके plants एक ही location पे है, तो what is the benefit? Is it a beneficial thing or it is a disadvantage?
I think there are two aspects, right?
Yes.
One, like it is beneficial because it reduces the transportation cost and logistic cost.
Yes, correct.
And it is disadvantageous because you're putting all the eggs in the same basket, like in the same area.
Correct.
There is
Totally
a
correct.
risk in case of any disruption in the supply chain.
Okay. So excellent answer. So uh, first he said is a reduction in the cost distribution and all these things. Second one was putting all your eggs in one basket. So now if your government is upset with us, your everything will go on toss, right? Or if the public around your plants and everything create some issues, everything will go on toss. So I will give you example what happened with this company. Uh, let me know once my screen is visible, if it is to you.
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah, visible.
So, so see, they have already had two plants. There is a setback to this company in 2020 November. Andhra Pradesh government asked Divis Lab to halt the construction of the new facility near the Kakinada. So this was the third plant which they were planning to set up, and government goes against this company. Uh, in January 2021, people were against this company that okay, if you set up this plant, there is a problem to the fishermen and farmers. So you have to convince the fishermen and farmers who are setting up near the East Godavari, then only they will allow this plant to run. So the production, so the manufacturing of this plant was shut for 2 years. And after December 2021, Hyderabad High Court dismissed all cases against the Divis Lab, Kakinada plant, and construction will start soon. So if you can see, if your plants are diverse, there is a possibility कि एक प्लांट बंद होता है तो दूसरे में से आप प्रोडक्शन निकाल लोगे. बट अगर आप सब चीज एक ही जगह पे डाल दे रहे हो तो दिस इज ऑल्सो एन क्रिएट एन इश्यू. Okay, so this is one learning from the location point of view. So when you are investing in one particular company, you can look at these aspects also. कि okay, इनके plants कहाँ पे हैं. You must be knowing about the Tata Nano case of West Bengal, and then it moved to uh, uh, Gujarat and all these things. Now, there are 6-point strategy approach with this company is applying. First is establish generic portfolio. So for generic products, they will create an NPIs and sell it in higher quantity. Invest in capacity expansion, which is the new plants. They are doing the backward integration so that dependence on raw material will go down. They want to have a multiple products so that they can develop and expand their reach. Future generics, so multiple APIs with the patents expiring in next 2-3 years were developed with the sufficient capacity already established. So now what is companies thinking कि जो 2-3 साल में patents expire होने वाले हैं, it will convert it into generic medicine, and generic medicine होगा तो API का requirement बढ़ जाएगा. So they are already setting up all these things in such a way that as soon as these patents are expired, they will start producing the generics for that. And custom synthesis, which we already discussed in details. So the next point is performance is number. This is general overview about the company. This will actually help you to give you an idea कि actually company grow कर रहा है नहीं कर रहा है. If you see the total income of this company in 2028 was 3 point something. Now in financial year 2022, this 8.99. So it's almost double in last 5 years. 3.9 approximately 4 to 9. If you see earning before depreciation, interest and tax, it was 1.36, now it is 3.98. If you see simple graphs, you can see it's growing everywhere, it is growing. Profit before tax growing, profit after tax growing. Fixed assets means what they are owning, the properties and all these things, that is also growing. Net worth of the company growing. Earning per share in financial year 18 was 33, now it is 111. Book value of the share growing. Dividend, if you see here, they have given the details of dividend per share was 10 rupees, now they are giving 30 rupees dividend. Market capitalization is growing. If you get into little more details, this is a screen snapshots. Revenue is growing, export is growing, consumption of material is growing because they are getting more demand, dividend is growing. So total income is growing. So all these things is giving you idea that okay, company is good, okay, company is actually doing well. If you can see in the performance of the company that it is fluctuating and it's not growing, you will get your answer from here, this slide only, that okay, this is not worth investing in the company. But if it is growing, let's get more into details. Uh, so if you see global footprint, now when this company is talking about कि they are export based company, कि export ही कर रहे हैं, तो कहाँ पे export कर रहे हैं? Let's understand that. So America percentage of share is 44%, okay, which is increased from 29 to 44. Europe, it's 33. In Europe, they are consistently growing 44, 46, 48, 47. Because of some issue in 2022, it's 33. Asia, it is approximately 9 to 10%. India, it is approximately 9 to 10%. Rest of the world is 4%. So this company is mainly dependent on these two markets, America and Europe. Now, when this company is dependent on these two markets only, we should also check कि actually ये बड़े market है क्या, या future में ये market अगर down हो जा रहा है तो is this company is going to face any issues? So when we will go to the industry analysis, we will understand that who are the bigger markets in the world for APIs. Okay, so right now we just need to remember that, okay, America and Europe say they are getting 77% of the market. This is against the financial highlights. We will discuss this in detail in balance sheet section. So I'm skipping this as of now. Uh, uh, so one point which I wanted to understand from all audience is when you are an export oriented company, uh, what are the challenges which you can or you are going to face in a future or existing time? Can anyone answer this question? We will discuss everything in detail, but if you know anything, अगर आप global present हो, अगर आपके products export करते हो आप, तो क्या क्या चीजें face कर सकते हो future में?
Quality issues at the global market,
Okay, so one is
and your
quality issues.
logistics are dependent.
Correct. Logistics are dependent. Correct.
And
So
you have to face the global competitors.
global competitors, yes, the competition is high.
Any geopolitical tension will have negative impact on the company.
Correct. Geopolitical
And
issues will have a negative impact. Yes.
Currency depreciation or appreciation has some values.
Fantastic. This point is very important. Yes. Okay, so majorly I think you answered it excellently well. So first is export issues. So supply chain disruption, which we have seen in COVID. COVID में किसी भी कंपनी को कंटेनर ही नहीं मिल रहा था अपने प्रोडक्ट्स को सप्लाई करने के लिए. So what actually happened in COVID is China is the highest manufacturing industry. Okay, they used to manufacture everything. They used to supply everything to the other countries. अभी इन लोगों ने क्या किया, कोविड आने से पहले जितने भी कंटेनर थे, आधे यूएस के पास पड़े हुए, आधे यूरोप के पास पड़े हुए, आधे इंडिया के पास पड़े हुए. एंड जैसे ही कोविड आया, एवरीथिंग इज शट. सो नाउ एवरीथिंग इज शट. सो यूएस इज नॉट doing any export import. Europe is not doing export import, or if they are doing, it is very low quantity. तो जो आपके पास, लेट्स टेक एग्जांपल कि यूएस के पास 1000 कंटेनर पड़े हुए थे, बट पहले जो 1000 के 1000 एक्सपोर्ट करता था कुछ दूसरी चीजों को लेके, अभी वो 1000 चीज नहीं कर रहा है क्योंकि उसका मैन्युफैक्चरिंग ही बंद पड़ा है यूएस का. तो अगर उसका मैन्युफैक्चरिंग बंद पड़ा है, प्रोडक्ट ही नहीं बन रहे हैं, तो वो 1000 कंटेनर को सामान भर के दूसरी कंट्रीज के पास भेजेगा कैसे? नहीं भेज पाएगा. तो वो सिर्फ 200 कंटेनर सप्लाई कर रहा है, उसके पास 800 खाली पड़े हुए यूएस के पास. यूरोप में भी वैसा है कि यूरोप में समझ लो उसके पास 500 कंटेनर थे, उसका भी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग नहीं हो रहा है, वो 100 ही सप्लाई कर रहा है, उसके पास 400 पड़े हुए हैं. तो जो कंटेनर का मूवमेंट था एक कंट्री से दूसरी कंट्री या एक रीजन से दूसरा रीजन, ये सब पूरा स्टॉप हो गया. ओके, एवरीथिंग स्टॉप. So this creates a big issue in supply chain. Second is raw material issues. So raw material issue, I told you this company is doing a backward integration. So to produce anything, if you are buying a raw material from other countries, if trade is gone and trade issues started, you are not getting any raw material. So if you all have heard about the China plus one strategy, अगर आप लोगों ने सुना होगा, तो चाइना प्लस वन स्ट्रेटेजी ये सब कंट्रीज ने मिलकर बनाई है, जो बता रहे हैं कि चाइना जो भी मैन्युफैक्चर करता है, हम एक काम करेंगे, कोई एक कंट्री सिलेक्ट करेंगे और उसमें भी वो रॉ मटेरियल बनाएंगे. एंड नाउ द बिगेस्ट बेनिफिट्स ऑफ दिस strategy is with India, because after China, labor and everything is cheaper here. So that what people or what other countries are thinking कि ओके एक चाइना रॉ मटेरियल बना रहा है, दूसरा रॉ मटेरियल इंडिया बनाएगा, कोई भी एक जगह से बंद होगा, मैं दूसरी कंट्री से ले लूंगा. सो चाइना इज द हाईएस्ट मैन्युफैक्चरर ऑफ एपीआई, एंड सडनली इफ यू हैव सीन in last 5 years, 10 years, down 10 years, API production in the India is exponentially growing. You can see there are इतने pharma plants लग गए इंडिया में, क्योंकि now every country is trying to manage their raw material procurement. So they don't want to get into that monopoly phase where they will only procure from China. अगर इंडिया भी सेम क्वालिटी का बना रहा है तो मैं इंडिया से ले लूंगा. Second, third point someone mentioned is currency fluctuation. Okay, so if your value is depreciating, it's good for you, but if it is appreciating, then there is a issue. So this type of issue will always be there, because आप raw material 6 महीने पहले ले रहे हो, 6 महीने के बाद आप जो फिनिश गुड सप्लाई कर रहे हो, तब करेंसी कैसे हो गया आपको नहीं पता है. Legal issues, quality issues, geopolitical issues, all these things are going to be create an issue when you are in export market. So you need to understand कि जो कंपनी आप सिलेक्ट कर रहे हो, जिसका एनुअल रिपोर्ट आप पढ़ रहे हो, वो कौन सी चीज़ों में स्ट्रॉन्ग है और कौन सी चीज़ों में नहीं है. ओके, नाउ व्हेन वी डिस्कस कि अमेरिका से 44% मार्केट शेयर है, मतलब मार्केट्स है, एंड यूरोप में 33% मार्केट है इस कंपनी का. तो आप ये देखिए कि ये कंपनी ने क्या किया हुआ है कि पूरा अपना जो सेल है वो डिसेंट्रलाइज किया हुआ है. मतलब अगर सडनली अमेरिका से सेल बंद भी हो जाता है कोई रीजंस की वजह से, जियोपॉलिटिकल इश्यूज की वजह से, या करेंसी फ्लक्चुएशन बहुत हो गया, कुछ भी हो गया, तो उनका मार्केट उनका सेल बहुत इम्पैक्ट नहीं करेगा, और करेगा बट they will get a market from Europe also. They will get a sale from Europe. They will sell their product to Europe. Sorry. If there is a issue with Europe, they will sell their product to America. It's not like that कि वो लोग पूरा अमेरिका को बेच रहे हैं, यूरोप को कुछ नहीं बेच रहे हैं. So this bifurcation is also matters actually when you are reading the annual reports and understanding the company. Now from 11th page there they are talking about social responsibilities and all these things, CSR activities. So all these things are not required, so you can skip in your annual report. So this is till 30, page number 30. Now in page number 30, management discussion and analysis. Now here this is the main part of the annual report where you will understand कि industry क्या है, कहाँ पे है, कैसे grow करने वाला है, how this industry is going to get impacted in future and all these things. So let us understand economy and industry outlook. In the global pharma industry is expected to grow with the 3 to 6% of CAGR by 2026, which is approximately 1.8 trillion. Developed countries are highest market share. So you have seen the company. See, the Divis Lab is selling to the developed countries. अमेरिका को बेच रहा है, यूरोप को बेच रहा है. 77% मार्केट शेयर है. Developed countries are going to contribute more. उसका मतलब their sale will go up or maybe stable. There are very less chances that sale will go down drastically. Oncology, immunology, anti-diabetic, neurology, all these things, these top 8 segments are going to be a focused for next 3-4 years. Generic share will increase. As they know, generic share will increase. They already started setting up their plant, increasing their capacities. Adoption of new treatments. Adoption of new treatments means new medicine. New medicine means there are more trial and errors. More trial and errors. Custom synthesis, Divis Lab. This is a simple connection of adoption of newer treatments. Impact of patent expiry, again API increase. new generic competition contribute to the market growth for next 5 years. US market expected to, so if you see here, US market is expected to grow with 3% of CAGR next 5 years. Spending in EU is expected to rise. Japan is third largest market. China is the fourth one. So US, यूरोप, जापान, चाइना के पास सबका खुद का API है, तो वहाँ पे हम बेचेंगे नहीं. US, यूरोप हमने टैप करके रखा हुआ है. जापान, maybe China must be supplying it to Japan, not sure. But Japan is also one market where this company can sell. API market is expected to grow with 6% CAGR. They are trying to focus on favorable government policies for API productions and maintain geopolitical situation, supply chain disruption. So these are the 3 focus points where if these things go well, company is going to get benefit out of it. Countries such as India are being preferred over China for export of API owing to geopolitical situation and the demand to reduce the dependence on China for API products. So just now we spoke about China plus one strategy. This statement is talking about that strategy. Now I was reading one particular report where I understood the cost of production in China is 20 to 30% less, raw material is less, labor cost is less in India. So this is how these 2 companies are going to get. So China and India is going to get benefit for API production in the world. Indian pharma industry 9% growth. The country pharma sector has seen 103% growth from 2013 to 14. Export business is highest contributing North America, Europe, African countries. Significant FDI in last 2 years. So overall business expansion everyone is doing. Capex, this company is already investing in the Capex, backward integration. Geopolitical tension and issue there. So here they are talking about the COVID issues. Company overview we have seen. Here they are talking about where they are situated. So one plant is in Hyderabad, second one is in nearby Visakhapatnam. They have 2 subsidiaries. One is in New Jersey and second one is in Switzerland. This subsidiaries is mainly to penetrate into the US market and penetrate into the Europe market. So in this, they are talking about these 2 subsidiaries. Here they are talking about how global market can affect them. So mainly one is supply chain. Okay, so now when we were talking about when you are selling in global market, there is a high competition, right? Because you are getting a global competition, not an India competition. And when you are getting a global competition, your objective should be that सस्ते से सस्ते में अच्छा क्वालिटी दे देते हैं और लीड टाइम को डिक्रीज कर देते हैं. लीड टाइम मीन्स कि आपने ऑर्डर डाला और कितने दिन में आपको प्रोडक्ट मिल रहा है. तो सी company is mainly building strong customer relationship supported by cost competitiveness and fast delivery structure. Means what they are saying is we will give you a product at a very less cost with good quality, fast delivery structure. This is mainly, I'm not sure in their hand or not, but this is definitely in their hand, cost competitiveness, because they are doing a backward integration. Company already backward integration kar raha hai, raw material ka demand. Second, they are increasing their capacity. So when they are increasing the capacity, there is a one terminology, economy of scale. Economy of scale is talking about कि आप जितना ज़्यादा बनाते हो आपका जो खर्चा है वो कम होता जाएगा. Variable cost will go down or fixed cost will be distributed. So if you have a machine, let's take an example. If you have a machine to manufacture the bottles, अभी आप क्या कर रहे हो कि उस मशीन को सिर्फ 8 घंटा चला रहे हो, तो आपका जो ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट होगा, जो मशीन का पैसा निकलना चाहिए, वो समझ लो 5 साल में निकल रहा है. बट आप समझिए कि आपने 3 बंदे लगा दिए और तीनों लोग 8-8 घंटे काम कर रहे हैं, फर्स्ट शिफ्ट, सेकंड शिफ्ट, नाइट शिफ्ट, एंड मशीन इज कंटिन्यूअसली वर्किंग. जो उस टाइम पे जो आपका ब्रेक इवन होगा मशीन से पैसा निकालने का, वो बहुत कम टाइम में आप पैसा निकाल पाओगे. एंड जब आप बहुत कम टाइम में आपकी मशीन का पैसा निकाल पा रहे हो, आप नई मशीन और सेटअप करोगे. So that time you will get this cost competitiveness. So जितना बड़ा कंपनी उतने कम रेट में प्रोडक्ट बेच सकता है. They are focusing on process innovation, multiple manufacturing facilities. So we discuss about commercial and finance risk. Now, what this company is trying to do, if you see here, foreign exchange rate volatility. So what they are trying to do is they are trying to manage their customers in such a way कि अगर एक मार्केट में करेंसी डीवैल्यू हो रही है आपकी इंडियन करेंसी, तो दूसरे मार्केट से अगर एप्रिशिएट हो रही है, तो आपको जो बेनिफिट होगा वो मोस्टली नलीफाई हो जाएगा, जो आपका लॉस होगा नलीफाई हो जाएगा. सो दैट्स व्हाई what they are doing is they are trying to depend on 2-3 markets in global presence. They are not only focusing on one particular market. So large exposure of exchange rate risk is there. So that's why they try to manage in such a way कि मैं एक जगह पे बेचता हूँ जहाँ मेरी करेंसी एप्रिशिएट होगी तो मुझे फायदा हो जाएगा, दूसरी जगह पे डेप्रिशिएट हो जाएगी तो वो फायदा और लॉस नलीफाई हो जाएगा. So that's how they are thinking. So best way to manage the currency fluctuation is to have a better geographical balance in revenue mix, factoring the companies and ensure the foreign currency to match the liabilities. Now we will go little fast because we are little late. So this is again a performance revenue where they are talking about revenue 31% increase. Expenditure is increasing. Now expenditure is increasing mainly because they are adding more manpower. They are buying new machineries, new plants, and all these things. Profit before tax is increasing. Profit after tax is increasing. See the percentage, 40% increase in 1 year. This is 51% increase. Revenue is increasing 31%. Earning per share was 73. Now it is 111. Okay, this geographical presence we discussed. Now this you can go through, but this is not required. If you see here, key financial ratio, all are mainly increasing. Earning per share we discussed 73 to 111. Debtors turnover is mainly an indication the speed with which the company collects its debts. Means customer को आपने बेचा हुआ है, उसने क्रेडिट पे लिया हुआ है, उससे पैसा आप कितना जल्दी निकाल पा रहे हो. It's almost similar. इन्वेंट्री टर्नओवर मतलब आप अपना इन्वेंट्री कितना जल्दी खाली कर दे रहे हो. सो यू आर प्रोड्यूसिंग समथिंग, इन्वेंट्री कितना जल्दी खाली हो रहा है. सो दैट इज अ इन्वेंट्री टर्नओवर. So each and every definition that's given here. So detailed explanation of the ratio. So debtors turnover, the ratio used to quantify companies' effectiveness in collecting receivables money owed by the customers. All these things. Now we will jump into. If you go all these things into detail, you will understand many things. But here they are talking about directors कितना पैसा लेता है, ये है. All these things are majorly not required. So I am directly jumping into this particular page where they are talking about the shareholding patterns. Okay. So in screener, you will be able to see the shareholding patterns. Okay. So I'm taking here. So if you see the shareholding, in March it was 51. This is consistent. So if you see from March 2020 to 2022, okay, promoters are not selling their stakes. FII has decreased. If you see till here it was okay. उसके बाद FII decreased their stake. DII again they are trying to manage, so it is increasing. Public, it is more or less similar. So here they have given in a detail 51% promoter, mutual fund approximately 13%, which was 12% last year in 2021. Foreign portfolio has decreased, and institutional buyers. So this will also give you an idea that okay, foreign institutions are selling, DI is buying. Now why foreign is selling, that also we will discuss in few incoming slides. So if you go down, now all these things are now again not required. You can directly jump into the balance sheet. So basics about balance sheets is, balance sheets mainly talk about asset kitna hai, liability kitna hai, and your asset should be equal to liability plus your equity. This is the equation. So okay, so your total asset should be equal to total equity and liability. If you see 133786, total asset is 133786. So there are two type of assets. One is current, second is non-current. When I am talking about current asset, asset मतलब आप सिंपल लैंग्वेज में समझते हो कि आप जो ओन करते हो उसके एसेट बोलते हैं. अभी उसके अंदर दो टाइप के होते हैं, करंट एंड नॉन करंट. करंट मतलब जिसको आप सेल करके तुरंत पैसा निकाल सकते हो. So let's take an example of current asset. Current assets is money in your bank, it is your current asset. Gold in your account is current asset. आपके पास जो पैसा पड़ा है it is current asset. आपके पास कोई ऐसी चीज है जिसको आप बेच के तुरंत पैसा निकाल सकते हो, I consider it is a current asset. Non-current asset is like your house. House is your non-current. So it will not give you money on the spot. आपको कस्टमर ढूंढना पड़ेगा, बेचना पड़ेगा, प्रोसेस करने पड़ेगी. So that is a non-current asset. If you are owning a factory or hospitals and all these things, this is a big assets, but again it is a non-current asset. So if you see here in detail, so there is a plant, property, equipment. So it has increased from 21 to 2022. मतलब उन लोगों ने प्लांट्स मशीनरी पे पैसा लगाया है जो एसेट बढ़ा है. Second is capital work in progress, cost involved in the construction of large assets such as a new building. This one, if you see in 2021 they invested 71,000. मतलब उनका प्लांट कंस्ट्रक्शन पे जो पैसा था 71 था, अब वो कम हो गया है क्योंकि प्लांट ऑलमोस्ट बन चुका है. ओके. Intangible assets is your value of the company. So that is not actually value of the company is like, consider Apple. अगर Apple अपनी कंपनी बेच रहा है किसी को, तो उसके ब्रांड नेम का एक पैसा है. So that is known as an intangible. Your brand value का जो पैसा है that is an intangible asset. Investments, other things. So this is a total of non-current. Current assets are, for company it is inventory. Inventory, you sell your products, you will get your money. Trade receivable means जिसको बेचा हुआ है आपने उनसे पैसा लेना है. Cash है, बैंक बैलेंस है, all these things are current assets. So this balance sheet talks about कि कंपनी का एसेट कितना है, कंपनी के पास लायबिलिटी कितना है. मेनली आपको यहाँ पे समझना है लायबिलिटी कितना है कंपनी के पास. ओके. तो if you see this one, borrowing, see the company is zero, debt free company. मतलब आप सोचिए कि एक कंपनी ने नया प्लांट सेटअप किया है और उसके लिए वो पैसा अपने पॉकेट से दे रहा है, उसने लोन भी नहीं लिया है किधर से. So see how cash rich is this company. Okay, so they are getting so much, so their revenue is so much that they are able to manage the new plant without any investment or without any borrowing. The next important of your screener, you will get it all from here. So I will take you through all these things. So first is revenue from operation. मतलब आपने जो प्रोडक्ट बेचा है मार्केट में उससे कितना पैसा बना है. 2021 679, 2022 it is increasing. Other incomes means whatever your investment you have done, or you sold some scrap, you sold some old machine, you sold small plants, whatever it is. This is giving you 11,000. So total income is 899,108 lakh. Okay, which was 686 last time. Expenses मतलब आपने क्या खर्चा किया. एक तो आप क्या खर्चा करोगे, मेनली रॉ मटेरियल लाने के लिए. रॉ मटेरियल अगर आप ज्यादा परचेस कर रहे हो, उसका मतलब आपका प्रोडक्ट का डिमांड मार्केट में ज्यादा है, इसलिए आप रॉ मटेरियल ज्यादा खर्च ले रहे हो. Change in the inventory and finished good and work in progress. So this is talking about the inventory plus जो आप पैसा डाल रहे हो नए प्लांट बनाने के लिए. Employee benefit, एम्प्लॉय को जो सैलरी दे रहे हो. Financial cost, whatever tax and all this small things. Depreciation and amortization. Depreciation is generally, I will in simple terms I will tell you what is depreciation. Depreciation is, today you bought a car, 10 lakh rupees car. 2 महीने के बाद उसका वैल्यू कम हो जाता है, 6 महीने के बाद इट विल अगेन गो डाउन. In 1 year you are not going to sell this car in 10 lakh rupees, you will sell it in 8 lakh, 9 lakh or 7 lakh rupees. So that is a depreciation. So when you buy a plant, a building and all these things, it will depreciate. So every year they calculate कि कितना depreciate हुआ. So here it was 25, it is 31. So simple is there is the income. If you subtract income from expenses, and you will get EBITDA. EBITDA is generally before depreciation, interest and tax. So here total expenses is after deducting the depreciation. This is your sorry uh, total income minus total expenses is profit before tax. Now you will deduct your tax. So जो आपको टैक्स देना है जो भी है आप उसमें से सब्ट्रैक्ट करोगे 367 में से all these values, so you will get profit after tax. Now profit after tax is generally your earning, okay, with little bit plus or minus. So this is your comprehensive income. So if you see here 294, 295, there is some plus minus. So this is your final net profit. इतना पैसा आपने बनाया एक साल के अंदर. On this basis, what you will do, 295,072 lakhs rupees divided by number of shares in the market, you will get earning per share. Okay. So now here also you need to understand that here you can see 73 earning per share. Earning per share is 111. बेसिक इंप्रेशन इज कि यार ये कंपनी तो बहुत अच्छा कर रहा है, 73 से 111 पे आ गए इनका अर्निंग पर शेयर. बट एट द सेम टाइम यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड कि जो मार्केट में शेयर 2021 में थे और 2022 में है, सब सेम है क्या? If both are same, then definitely this company is doing well. As of now, it is same for this particular company. So earning per share is going. It means again it is a positive sign. So company is doing fantastically well. First thing. Second thing, global presence is very good. Third thing, they are doing backward integration. Fourth, they are expanding their plant. Earning per share is increasing. Profit is increasing. Revenue is increasing. Then there is a cash flow statement which is talking about operating activity, investment activities and all these things. I'm not getting more detail into it. So basic, mainly what you need to understand about company is these things. So where I started. So if you read about the company, the product portfolio, their plant details, what is the distribution channel, what their MD is talking about, what is their performance, industry analysis, balance sheet, P&L, cash flow. If you read these things only from annual report, so if you can see we are still at 97, page number 97. Okay, all these things below is consolidated and all these things which is not required. Okay, you don't read all these things. Okay, if you read all these things, you will get this company is doing actually fantastically well in the market. Okay, now I will take you through screener and just show you the ratios. If you see, ROC is 35.1, ROC is 28.2, earning per share is 113, company P is 29.8, right now industry P is 23.6, is almost close, debt almost zero, promoter holding 51, profit growth 40.1%, current ratio is 9.2, means current ratio is a simple, your current ratio is equal to current asset divided by liability. In this case, you have asset, your liability is very low. That's why if you see current ratio is 9.2, मतलब कंपनी के पास इतना पैसा है कि कुछ भी हो जाएगा कंपनी मैनेज कर लेगा. Last 3 years return 20.7. Okay. Now if you, where is that percentage? If you see this one, compounded annual sales growth 20 to 17, 17, 17 to 20% consistent, stock price 20 to 25% consistent, profit growth 30%, 23%, 90%, return on equity. In last 5 years, it is more than 20. And now see the stock. Again, I am taking you to the stock. Okay. See the stock, how it is performing. Okay. Now, why this is performance? I will just take next 5 minutes and I will close. Now the question is, एवरीथिंग इज वेल, तो भी ये स्टॉक क्यों नहीं परफॉर्म कर रहा है? तो पहली चीज़ है कि जो काकीनाडा के प्लांट में इनका इशू हुआ कि प्रोडक्शन इनका मैन्युफैक्चरिंग स्टॉप, because of manufacturing stop, investor thought that okay, no plant, no expansion, means even if there is a demand, they are not going to get orders and sale will impact. But now plant is again almost, they are about to close or inaugurate the plant, so plant is almost ready, they will just inaugurate and start. Second is, after COVID, custom synthesis demand went down because there is no demand of new drugs, so suddenly it gone down, so there is a possibility of impact on revenue. So if you see, I was talking about March 22 report, उसके बाद आप देखिए उनका सेल, these are quarterly results, okay, so every quarter they used to earn 2,400 500, now again they are back to the normal. See this one, this was COVID period, now they are again normal. If you see their profit before tax, okay, in last 2 quarters again they are down, okay, earning per share, they are again down. This is mainly a quarterly result, but if you see this and think that okay, this company is not going to perform, uh, it's not going to happen, because now you know the annual report, now you know everything about the company. So if I am an investor of this company, what I will think is कि यार ये कम पैसे में अच्छा शेयर मिल रहा है, तो I will buy. Okay, again, this is not a recommendation, this is individual's perception about thinking about the stock, but this is how only chart and screener will give you a different data and annual report will give you a different data. That's why I selected this company, and thanks a lot for listening me carefully. uh, I hope you understood what I explained you. If you have any questions, we can discuss, and then we will close. Thank you, thanks a lot.
Yeah, Dhanraj bhai, it was really very nice talk in detail actually. Very, very nice. Divis, in fact, we are invested for a long time, but so much detail, even I was not knowing about Divis Labs. So really, I would thank you for making such an exhaustive presentation. If there are any questions from the audience, they can ask. They can unmute themselves and they can ask the question.
Okay, so I will sell the PPT and annual report to everyone. Second, any specific reason why FII is selling? Maybe the reason which I told you is the one is the plant issue which they were facing, and second, they know that there is a possibility that custom synthesis requirement will go down in near future, so they are decreasing their stock, that percentage. But what I can see is in future they will definitely go back and invest more. Any other questions?
Yeah, I think many people are appreciating the talk. If there are no questions, then probably we can stop. Shruti madam, you're there?
Yes, sir.
It was a really great presentation. I think we can stop here. Thank you, Dhanraj bhai, for taking so much efforts for all of us. And we'll next time probably we'll do on Tuesday or same like Thursdays. Shruti ma'am.
Sir, we will confirm and we will discuss and we'll decide that.
Okay, okay, sure, sure.
Okay,
So
sir.
thank you everybody. Thank you Harish sir, madam, and Dhanraj bhai for all the efforts, and thank you all the audience for being present today. Thank you very much and good night.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Thank you,
you. Thanks a lot
Dhanraj.
for giving
Thank
me
you,
this
sir.
opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you.